Doom holds a special place in my family. My dad played the original game when it first came out in 1993, as well as the sequel for dozens of hours. For me, Doom 3 was the first M-rated game I've ever played, and man was that the wrong game for me to start with. Doom is one of the most influential games ever made. While it wasn't the first FPS game, it refined the genre and made it popular. It's been almost 12 years since we received the series' last installment, Doom 3, and shooters have changed a lot since then. Everything's complicated, everything has a story, and many games are trying to be as realistic and grounded as possible. So there's no better time for id Software to release the much anticipated remake of Doom, a violent game that just has you wandering around, killing demons, and having fun. Doom is back, and it's exactly what I wanted it to be. Doom starts off with a character waking up strapped to a table, and then has you bash a demon's head against the table, pick up a gun, and then start shooting everything. Doom spends no time trying to give you context with what's going on, it doesn't drown you with exposition. Basically, a portal on Mars is open to the gates of hell, and demons have come out of it, either killing everyone on the space station, or it turned them into demons. It is then up to you to gloriously kill everything and shut down the portal. There are few notable characters, no surprising twists, and the plot is completely basic. You can read up and gather some lore in Doom's universe by picking up certain collectibles, but the way everything was presented was so uninteresting that I didn't even bother looking through everything. But the game is self-aware. It knows you're not here for the story, which is why everything is kept short and clean. You're here to kill things and have unadulterated fun, and the game makes sure that the story was never in the way. Doom is a pretty game, if you consider an absurd amount of gore, smoke, and luscious violence pretty. It basically looks like a newer, cleaner version of Doom 3. You're only going to be in around 3 different environments throughout the majority of the game. The metallic corridors of the UAC facility, outside of Mars, or through the depths of hell. There's little in the means of environmental storytelling, and everything starts to look the same after a while. But the backdrops, mixtures of color, and the particle effects bring this game to life, even considering how ironically lifeless the environment is when you're simply wandering around. The game really shines in motion though. With a game like Doom, that's definitely the most important time for the game to look good. There's enemies and fire moving everywhere, shiny items and blood oozing throughout the world, and projectiles and flying colors littering the screen. And through all of this, the game runs at a smooth 60 frames per second. Doom's presentation helped make the gameplay a euphoric experience. It's simple, it's gross, it's Doom. Doom's music is fantastic, not only in its own right, but it perfectly complements the fast-paced gameplay. If you mix 9 Inch Nails with modern metal, you pretty much have Doom's soundtrack. It's loud, pulsing, and heavy, and it made every encounter with any group of demons feel epic. When I play the multiplayer or the snap map, however, rarely does music play in the background, so to remedy that problem, I just listen to Tool while playing multiplayer. But yes, Doom's music is kick-ass. The most important thing about Doom is its combat, and yes, it's incredible. There's such a visceral feel to the violence you're conducting. From every bullet shot and every punch you make, it feels amazing. It feels great, sounds great, and looks disgusting. Every weapon from shotguns, rocket launchers, all the way to the pulse rifle have a real sense of weight and power. Different enemies require you to switch up your weapons on the fly, which made encounters feel less repetitive than I predicted. But this is Doom, which means you never have to reload. But you have no regenerative health, so you have to constantly be on the lookout for blue health packs and green armor power-ups. This is where a few interesting mechanics come into play. Doom introduces glory kills. When the enemy is close to the brink of death, it'll start flashing blue. When it turns orange, you're close enough to perform a glory kill, which has you brutally kill the demon in many different ways. Glory kills are fast and don't ruin the pace of the game, and depending on where you are and what specific body part you're looking at, the kill will always look different. What's important though, is that glory kills cause enemies to drop health packs. This is smart, because while moving away from enemies is good in most scenarios, moving in close during those glory kills can grant you the reward of life. The chainsaw you acquire later on only has a certain amount of fuel that can be used, but not only can it insta-kill all enemies depending on how much fuel you have, but killing with the chainsaw causes enemies to drop a plethora of ammo. These are really useful mechanics, but they won't help you if you're not always moving. Your character moves fast, which is important when you're climbing around the levels and when you're switching weapons. Movement is vital in Doom because if you stop to take cover or stay around in the same spot for any amount of time, it usually means you're gonna die. Thankfully, the level design throughout the entire game is superb. You always have a place to run to, and there are always many places to climb. But you have to be careful because there are many moments where if you're not paying attention, you'll easily fall off the map and die. After falling multiple times to my death, I've noticed that the game's loading times are atrocious, but the only other thing that kills the pacing is when you're exploring after you killed all the enemies. Finding all the little secrets like you would in previous entries is fun to an extent, but it's tiresome. You'll be spending the duration of the 12-hour campaign doing the same things over and over again, but that's not a criticism. The introduction of new enemies, weapons, and the ability to level up weapons as well as your suit keep combat feeling exciting and surprisingly fresh throughout the entire adventure. Replay value consists of finding all the hidden secrets, which is going to take me forever, upgrade my character to the fullest, beating all the ruin challenges, finding all the old Doom maps, and playing the game on harder difficulties. More than any other game in recent memory, I am definitely going to play this game again on harder difficulty modes because challenging my skills in such a pure action-focused game is a lot of fun. Doom has also brought back the multiplayer, and it's fine. It's a typical arena-based first-person shooter. There are many different game modes such as Deathmatch, Domination, Warpath, which has teams take control of moving objective, and something interesting like Freeze Tag. The level design for the maps are well made, and the action is fun, but there are some serious problems. There are many balancing issues that seem to be caused by design. Some weapons are okay, and others feel like spitball projectors. Glory kills do not translate well to multiplayer since they leave you open to other enemies. There are one-time boosters, which personally I have never liked in any online shooter, and then there are the demon runes. Stumbling upon the one demon room transforms you into a giant demon that you would normally fight in the campaign. They're fun to play as, and you feel like an unstoppable killing machine, and that's because you are. Being on the other team basically means you're screwed. There's some fun to be had in Doom's multiplayer, but at its best, it's serviceable. At least the customization you have over your character is pretty cool. Doom also comes with Snap Map, which is a place where people could create their own levels for both single player and co-op modes. The tutorial in understanding how to create levels was surprisingly easy to understand and intuitive, although it is disappointing that you can't add music, nor can you change the aesthetics of your levels. Some of the creations people have made are pretty incredible, from remakes of older Doom levels to complex memory games. Exploring the user-created levels with friends is even more fun than the game's multiplayer mode. Doom had only one goal, to take what made the series so great in the first place and make it new again. And I'm pleased to say that id Software did it. Doom is a gloriously disgusting game that focuses purely on the second-to-second action. Combat feels incredible, and the rush of blasting through giant waves of enemies through well-made mazes is pure fun and really challenged my skills as a gamer. This is something that's been missing in single-player shooters for many years now. While the multiplayer is okay, the Snap Map is an excellent addition that will continue to be updated with fresh user-generated content. But Doom is all about its campaign, and it's a disgusting ride I'll be revisiting time and time again. I'll make this as easy as possible for you. If you just want to shoot things that have blood and heavy metal flood the game, then this is for you. Doom receives an 8.5 out of 10. If you have any questions about Doom, just comment below and I'll answer them for you. For more video game reviews and really anything about video games, then you're already in the right spot. Thank you for watching, and stay fresh!